So I feel like a lot of the times you communicate very well. And when you're upset, it's usually not like, over something trivial. It's usually when you're upset at other people, it's usually because of your perception that they're not competent. Okay. So it could be like an authority figure. It could be somebody you're working with where they're supposed to fulfill a specific role. They have a very clearly defined, role in that company, in that organization, a very clearly defined set of tasks that they're supposed to do. And when they don't know how to do it, and when you have to, multiple times, like explain it to them, I feel like you get very frustrated when somebody proves that they are incompetent, okay, or you perceive them to be incompetent. And so I feel that you want to you want to just, calm down from this energy, because first of all, if somebody is competent or incompetent, it has to do with, cognitive abilities. It has to do with just the way our brain is wired, right? Some people are visual learners. Some people are learn by doing. And so people have different learning styles, okay? So maybe the way that you're teaching them might not be appropriate to their learning styles. And either way, cognitive performance across the board is going to vary based on somebody's upbringing, on somebody's innate, intelligence. And so we can't get mad at people over things that they can't change, right? Okay, so I feel like this is a losing battle. Rather than getting frustrated, I feel like you want to ask them follow-up questions and just be like, by the way, why did you do it like this rather than like this? Or asking them like, is there anything I can help you with? Because it feels like you're not understanding what I'm saying. Or is there anything that I need to help you with? Because you seem like you might not clearly understand the objective here. Like try to soften the blow a little bit, because I feel like otherwise, you're the only one getting upset. Okay, so just be very careful about that. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who is very scattered, like their energy, their focus, they might have attention problems, they might be very, very, very forgetful. So I feel like no wonder you're upset. But once again, if it's like somebody who's younger, if it's somebody who you feel like, oh, they're so incompetent, well, the thing is, maybe they need, a walkthrough. Maybe they need you to, a little bit more hand holding, because it feels to me like they're not ready yet. They need more input. They need more advice or counsel from their environment. Okay. I feel like there's going to be solid discussions here. You have a discussion with somebody regarding a work situation, and I feel like they're going to present you with offers. So it feels to me, once again, there's going to be major, major important discussions that you need to be there for. And I feel like I feel like they're asking questions. It seems like, there's like a list of questions they're asking you. So it feels more like a job interview. Once again, it feels like a job interview to me. And I feel that it's almost like, they want to test your strengths. They want to test your weaknesses. Okay. The other thing I'm feeling as well is financially. I mentioned that you really need to curb your spending for this month, because I mentioned in the mid-month reading, or I believe the advice reading for May, one of those where there's a lot of it's like expenditures that you need to take care of, and I feel like they're last minute, unplanned expenditures. Okay, so keep a rein on your spending and make sure that you just make sure that you save up for a rainy day. I feel some of you are shifting money between different bank accounts. And I feel that you are seriously looking at a big financial investment opportunity. So I'm seeing like, stocks, bonds, savings even, and also like investing in something very tangible. Okay, so could be like petroleum, could be gold, could be, I feel like it's something very, very tangible, something that is valuable, tangible. And so I'm sensing as well that you want to really grow this is a big month where I feel like, money has the potential to multiply. And I do sense as well, there's going to be a lot of communication and a lot of travel. I see a water sign here, very, very heavy water sign. So this is showing up here as the King of Cups. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of discussions about between you and this person. And I feel like this person is making you an offer. And it seems to me like some of you are more interested in like, you know, where's my career headed? Where's my life headed? Where are things headed for me on the professional level? And so I feel like there's this kind of like back and forth energy with this water sign, and you still haven't made up your mind yet. Okay. I do see a very, very big pregnancy vibe for some of you. So I feel like if that's the case, you know, congratulations. Um, Unwanted pregnancy, if that's the case too, you want to be a little bit careful, okay? The major theme that I am seeing for this month here is taking care of practical responsibilities. So that is something really, really important for you guys to, you know, focus on, to do checklists, to make, you know, itemized like to-do lists for yourself. And a lot of the times too, you know, you have very, very good memory for some of you. And, I feel that, you know, when you know when you need to do something. So you're not like a major procrastinator, but I feel that the little things, such as keeping a very clean house, foreseeing that, okay, for example, you need to move. And so, you know, putting things away, things that you don't need anymore, donating them, things that you need, putting them away in neat little boxes so that when the move happens, everything is a smooth transition. Okay. So taking care of practical responsibilities is going to be very, very important for this month moving forward into your future success. I feel some of you are distracting yourself with a new relationship partner. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially, you know, if you are emotionally wrapped up in another person. And I feel that, you know, you're literally like entangled, wrapped up in another person. You are cocooning yourself into this almost like this haven. And the haven itself, you know, it's nice and warm and cozy and just really, really just good. But all the dishes are piling up. You know, the dogs are not being fed. The cobwebs on the walls are not being, I guess, brushed off. So practical responsibilities, the minimum that we need to devote our time to sustain ourselves in a healthy manner. You know, taking care of your physical health, eating healthy, taking the time out to really cook for yourself so that you're not, you know, constantly wasting money or wasting time eating food that are pre-cooked or, you know, binging on food that are not healthy for you. That's a very, very important thing. Taking time to take care of, you know, nurturing your body, physical activities, physical exercise, drinking a lot of water. These are things that I feel like you don't even have time for, okay? Or you're kind of like letting it fall on the back burner. I honestly feel that some of you, there has been some major disruption to your sleep cycle, okay? And for some of you, it might be because you're very concerned about a major move. You're very concerned about even like, you know, relationships overall. So because of this, you spend a lot of your time ruminating. You spend a lot of your time like reviewing old text messages, reviewing old emails, thinking, very worried logistically, where you're going to stay, what's going to happen, what's life going to look like. And when your energy is dissipated in the ethers based on these fears of the future, fears about, you know, possibilities, they're not real yet. So the energy here is telling you, you know, bring this energy down to earth so that you can take care of things that you can control in your environment right now, which is your practical responsibilities. Making sure the bills are still paid, budgeting, okay? So that you're not spending frivolously, and having a smarter strategy overall about, you know, having control over your financial situation rather than letting it control you. So making, you know, smarter investments as well, stabilizing your life in a practical manner. Once you start to do these things, you're going to take much better control and ownership of your life. You're going to feel that, oh, wow, I didn't have any time to do anything before. But after doing these checklists, after taking care of these practical responsibilities, you might find that, wow, time management is really on my side. Now I have all this extra time. I'm not worried. I'm not, scattering my energies and wasting time thinking about things, because you're feeling very productive, and you're going to feel as if, all the time that you feel like you didn't have are going to start creeping in, and you're going to have a lot more time to take care of the things that are necessary. Okay. So this is a month really to think about practical responsibilities. I can't emphasize that enough. And, a lot of you guys, I feel that, there are two kinds. Okay. Aquarius can be super, super neat freaks or super messy. And, I've seen a lot more of the messy ones. Okay. And so when your environment is very chaotic, okay, there's a lot of people coming in and out. And, when you're, and so when there's a lot of things happening, and if your house, your desk, your room is very cluttered, you're going to feel very, very ungrounded. You're going to feel inundated by so many things, because your thought processes is contingent upon having a very neat, orderly environment. So that's just the baseline. And you need to keep a clean room. You need to keep a clean house. You need to take care of these responsibilities, taking care of bills so that they're not, in the back of your mind, haunting you when you're trying to enjoy your time with a significant other. Taking care of logistical things, your financial situation, so you're not spending frivolously, thinking that you have a lot more, and then finding yourselves by the end of the month, you might be short. I feel that a lot of you are very, very generous people. You pay for your friends, you pay for your dates, you pay for people that you feel are in a troublesome situation. Like, you're very generous, very generous. And so the thing here is really sit down with yourself, do a budget, and figure out how much realistically that you have, and whether or not you need to start budgeting, or whether or not you can afford to spend lavishly in the way that you have. Okay. Because I feel like financial, extending beyond your means, like spending beyond your means, that's going to be catching up. Okay. Like the fourth quarter of this year, towards the end of this year. So just something to keep in mind, Aquarius, for this month, moving forward into the rest of this year. Okay. I feel very strongly a lot of new things are happening for you guys, and you're waiting for the dust to settle. You're waiting for things, and you're just like, okay, I'm going to wait for this to settle before I do all these things, like to-do list, checklist, budgeting. And I do sense right now, don't procrastinate on it. Okay. Don't procrastinate on it. Do it right now. Do whatever you can, and don't, cycle through, what's going to happen in the future. I need to have this much in order for, October to roll around so I can do this, etc. I feel that it's really important for you to just take care of practical things right now, right here, rather than, prolonging it into the future or procrastinating on that. Okay. I do feel a lot of success will be coming through for you guys. And, with success comes a lot more responsibilities, right? So you need to stay ahead of the game and keep yourself very organized. Keep your time time management very, very organized, okay? Those things are necessary, because with greater success, it will require more of your time, more of your energy, and you're going to be shifting between different projects, different priorities. And if you're not organized right now, when the success comes, it's going to be that much harder for you.